Hello, Mixtresses and Mixters. This is Mixtress Ray. You're watching Mixtress video. So today I am sort of like breaking the seal on restarting pick-a-pile readings. However, this one isn't going to be a pick-a-pile. It's going to be a vibe check. Just overall vibe check with this whole situation. We're gonna do like sort of an energy reading, kind of setting the tone for what we're here to talk about. As far as, I don't know. I don't really know what this is. But there's not going to be any piles to pick. I'm just going to be slapping some cards on the table and interpreting them, and we're going to see where it goes. So here we are. I'm going to use this lighter. I'm going to use a spell candle for you guys. So I'm going to begin by anointing it. I have this Sullen Girl. It's basically a variation of the perfume that I make for myself. I mean, it is a perfume that I make for myself, but it's a variation of the Bird Mad Girl that is my favorite that I've made for myself. And yeah, you know what? Let's just go ahead and anoint myself with it as well. I don't think I put on perfume earlier. I don't know what you can actually see either because I had to set the shot up kind of away from me, but I'm trying to have like a little bit more room for myself to like pull cards and things. So, okay, let's start by just sort of melting the bottom a little bit so it fits in the holder better. Does it look like a straight candle to you? No, it does not. I think that's just the angle though, because actually it is pretty straight. Oh well. If it doesn't, I mean, it looks okay. It looks fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So, I'm already realizing that rolling my chair on the bare floor is not cute. Anyway, we'll figure this out. I'm gonna try not to like analyze it too much. We do need incense, however, which means I have to get up. I have to get up. Okay, this is something I do for my patrons often. I will tell you what incenses I have, but I'm not going to tell you which one I'm choosing. So you can choose in your mind which is your favorite of these three incenses, and just assume that that's the one that I picked. So our choices are sandalwood, coconut, and vampire blood. Okay, here we go. So our intentions today are just to kind of get going again with the pick-a-pile readings and with reading for others, because I'm not used to doing it anymore in general. Like I still do my weekly reading for my patrons, but other than that, I am usually not reading for others anymore. So what's the vibe check? What's the energy frequency? What's the frequency, Kenneth? Spirits that haunt this house, tell me, what was we talking about? Okay. Be careful how I place this in the holder because I don't want it to dip down into. Okay, I think that'll work. Okay. I want to make sure that this is straight for you guys, because this gives me a good, lets me know where I am in order to make it straight for you guys. Oh my God, why can I not just not describe the process? I just don't seem to be able to. Okay, so I pulled out basically just every deck that I store in this closet space. So I've got 4 Oracle decks and a tarot deck. And we're gonna just do a vibe check. We're gonna do a vibe check. Let's see. If I'm like this, just want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing for the most part. I need to zoom out a little further for the next video or something, I don't know. Think I want all of those, but let's see. This one for sure. And then this one. Faith and thought. That's very interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna put them next to each other up here, actually. Faith and thought. To me, these are 2 separate things, right? Because the thing about faith is when you have complete faith in something, it shuts down thought. And when you're thinking too hard, at least for me personally, when you're thinking too hard, you don't have that blind faith, right? But also for me, faith is a concept that's difficult for me to wrap my head around. Because in my mind, faith is something you don't question. But I don't think that's how other people see it necessarily. Like maybe you still generally have faith when you're questioning something, right? So this almost tells me that we're gonna have, the vibe check is, it's a war. It's a dichotomy. We're going to be fighting between having complete faith in the process versus overthinking it. Interesting. Okay. I'm just gonna do like the oracle cards first, and then we'll do the tarot. Because that just makes sense to my brain right now. Marijuana, abundance. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and, this is gonna be a split. So we're gonna have, let's create a visual to separate the split. Yeah. Okay. So this is how we're separating. It may end up that it's like a path that we choose, like, and maybe it's turning into a pick a pile already. Like maybe you if you're already getting like a vibe of like, well, I need to move more towards the faith side of life right now, or I need to move more towards the thought side of life. So it might be two separate readings. It might be that these are two separate paths and there's going to be a clear winner. Again, we're just sort of fucking around. So for the thought side, we have Purple Iris with forgiveness. Okay, okay, okay. And just in case you're wondering what this deck is, this is the Magic and Medicine of Plants Oracle. These two cards. And this one here is the Mixtress Oracle. These are both Oracle decks that I created myself. I'm going to try to make it a habit to use my own fucking Oracle decks in my pick-a-pile readings that I'm hopefully going to be doing for you guys much more frequently. That's the plan anyway. And so yeah, you can get these on Make Playing Cards if you want. I don't know which one that first one was for. We're gonna have to decide that here in a second. So the Mixtress Oracle is going to be, there's going to be a song and some lyrics on each of these cards. Trying to decide which one goes to which pile before I flip. This one goes on this side. Okay. So for the thought and forgiveness side, we have the song Desire. It wasn't what you wanted. Wasn't like they said it would be. Now I'm being honest. Oh, nothing comes for free. Falling into focus. I was so eager to please. Feeling like it's hopeless. I'm looking for release. I don't want your desire. I just want to be free. I don't want your desire. I just want to be free. I don't want your desire. I just want to be free. I'm already getting a feel for this pile or this path. I'm going to say path. And then for yes, okay. Yeah, it's coming together. It's coming together. For the faith and abundance pile path, we have It's a Fine Day by Jane. It's going to be a fine night tonight. It's going to be a fine day tomorrow. It's a fine day. People open windows. They leave their houses just for a short while. They walk on the grass. They look at the sky. It's going to be a fine night tonight. It's going to be a fine day tomorrow. So the simplicity of the faith path, I mean, it's looking like the way to go. Like, and this is a reassurance for me personally, because as I'm starting on this path of trying to do more readings like this for you guys, however that plays out, whether it's going to be mostly pick-a-pile readings or, you know, I don't know what it's going to be. Like, is it going to be that? Is it going to be more like seasonal type readings, astrological readings? Like, I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to be doing readings for you guys more often. That's the plan. And very much where I've been for most of my life is here in the overthinking area. And I get really bogged down by what I think people want from me. And that ruins my readings sometimes. I have fucked up readings for people because I'm trying to contextualize their life too hard. And, you know, it led me to stopping doing readings for people. Like, I haven't done a pick-a-pile reading for you guys in like a year. And I shut down my tarot reading shop. I did reopen it. It's back open again. Although I feel like I need some practice before I don't know. Anyway, it is reopened. But I'm out of the practice of reading for people because I've been overthinking it, you know? I haven't been getting out of the way and letting my intuition guide me. So maybe, hopefully this is helpful for you as well. Like if you have an option right now to either kind of do the fool's journey, go on faith, try something out, try something new, versus this feels like a more stagnant path, right? Okay, so let's get specific about what I'm gonna do. I think is actually cut the deck. But I need to shuffle a little bit more first. I'm gonna cut the deck so we have one side that's like the thought path and one side that's the faith path. And this might be that, like, you know, I'm not trying to say that this path is necessarily bad. You know what? Never mind. I'm not cutting the deck because it's just coming out the other way. Okay, so that's thought. Here's faith, right? This one feels like maybe it's not right. Okay. Okay. We'll go with this, see how it goes. Can you see? Mostly. Good enough. Over here we have so much more room. Alright, well, whatever. The layout is different for each side because it's not exactly in the middle. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna let go of that. Doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical. Okay, let's start flipping. So over here, the faith path, we have 4 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, King of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Over here, we have Temperance, Ace of Cups, Death, and Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Well, that's making it seem less like this is not a good choice. Okay, let me see. Let me try to take this a little bit more. I think there's not... there's less judgment in this than I was thinking right off the bat. I am mostly for myself seeing this as this is my past, this is the future. So perhaps that's a way that you could see it for yourself. Like, which one of these is more where you are now versus where you have been? Or which one of these feels like a path you want to take? If these are both possible futures, which one is the path that you want to take? Over here we have something that it's much more slow growth, I would say, and taking your time. This is more gathering energy too, I would say. Because I mean, we have these 2 cards on the top that are filling up cups, right? And then the 2 on the bottom were riding on horses. This is more the path of deliberate, slow. The forgiveness I see as more of forgiving yourself. And we've got water. We got a lot of water here too. Like obviously Scorpio, death, water. Temperance is Sagittarius, which is fire, but we are standing in water. And then Ace of Cups, obviously, the most water of all the cards. It's a little bit more... It's interesting because I would have thought that a faith path would be more going with the flow. But this feels like a going with the flow. And it's also like this is sort of the necessity path for someone that maybe is trying to make... So, you know, like if you're thinking about sort of goal setting and moving further along your path, like making money, getting promotions, like self-actualization, blah, blah, blah. If you're more drawn to this path, I would say you're not quite there yet. You're more in the space of like, you got to get some survival shit out of the way first. And this is urging you to slow down, I think. This is more movement, and this is more slowing down, I think. And especially this, there's a need for change here. And it might even be a relationship change, or it might be a totally new way to view a current relationship. It might be that you literally need to forgive your partner for something in order to move on and love them again. But it's not going to look the same. And it's going to be a journey that takes longer than you want it to take. But it's not about, like, if you have spent, and this could be related to anything, but like if you have spent a lot of your time in your life doing what other people want you to do, it's time to move away from that. And because you're going to be moving away from that, you might not necessarily be like achieving a lot of shit right now. It may not look like anything's going on the outside, but there's a lot going on the inside. Because you're rebalancing yourself. It's time to rebalance yourself. It's time to move forward to the next plane, the next phase of your life. And this Ace of Cups, I like keep going back to it and back to it and back to it. I think you're gonna know, and it feels like it's very small incremental changes. It's like, I just wanted to say 12 step. So this could be you giving up something and taking it a day at a time. And forgiving yourself for the shit that you put people through. This is like path of redemption or something. Which is so interesting. It would have made more sense to me if this Faith card was over here, because like I am getting a little bit more of spirituality from here. So how do we relate that back to thought? Maybe you had a dream or had an idea or had sort of an epiphany moment recently that was entirely in your mind. You know, it wasn't like, and it was something that maybe you didn't even share with anyone. It's something that's just like, it's a sacred experience that is just for you. Spiritual awakening, epiphany, something like that. And it has something to do with no longer being a person for others. It's time to focus on yourself again. Because it's the only way you're going to, like, I feel like you're in survival mode right now. And I'm even imagining, like, you can't really see this person's hands, but I'm imagining that this person is writing a lot in her journal these days about her feelings. And maybe this is like a person that, like, their language is, I think, ... I think ... But really, they're talking more about their feelings, but they're starting their sentences with, I think. And that's fine. That's fine. If you need to tell yourself that it's almost like, in order to properly process your emotions right now, of which there are many, you know, like, Scorpios are not dramatic, not overly emotional. There's a lot going on behind your eyes right now. But I want you to take a deep breath, write it out, frame it in whatever way you need to frame it as far as your thought processes go. Because this is just for you. Like, if you're writing in a journal about your feelings, it's just for you. You don't have to worry about saying the wrong thing. Write as, it's almost like maybe you're used to people hearing your thoughts, in the sense of, like, you're sharing your thoughts a lot, or I'm getting a very specific, like, somebody reads your journal. You need to stop letting them do that. And you might have to cut that person out of your life if they can't stop, because that is your private space. Or if you feel like you don't really have a private space, it's time to get one, because you're going to build your relationship to self, your spirituality. You're going to be able to get over whatever personally you're addicted to. You're going to be able to get over that by creating your own sacred space. And I think it has to do with, like, it's a palace of the mind. And my first thought is journal, just because that's something that I do, but that may not be how you choose to do it. But that's what I'm seeing here. This isn't about doing things for others. This is about doing things for yourself. And it's going to be following that sort of spiritual epiphany. And if you haven't had it yet, it's coming. And there's going to be some work, because I am seeing this as sort of a sequence of events. Ace of Cups, Temperance, Knight of Pentacles, Death. You know, you've got a long road to go before you're really ready for the change. Like, I'm not talking about anything big right now. Right now, it's going to be, what was this spiritual epiphany? And how do you integrate that into your life? Now that you know, now that this is an ideological shift. You think differently now that this has happened, or you've had this realization, or maybe you went on some kind of vision quest, or you took shrooms and made a pact with the universe. You know? You got to figure out where this fits in, because this is one of those two cups. And it's a well that you can draw from over and over and over again. Very interesting. Okay, I feel like that's kind of all I want to say about this path. So I'm going to choose, I haven't used this deck in a long time. I'm going to use the Kali Oracle just as sort of like a topper. I'm going to pull one card from here. There it is. Read the back for you. Yeah, this is a spiritual journey that you're on, for sure. This is Blue Terra. Chaos will give way to the higher order of love. Let there be peace in your heart. As Blue Terra looks to her right, gazing toward the future, she sees a vision of your peaceful, protected, and authentically expressive future. You have every right to feel hopeful, happy, and secure in the destiny now unfolding for you. That's pretty fucking cool. Okay, I'm gonna put it here just because you probably can't read that anyway. So I'm just gonna put it on top of that card. Okay. I'm feeling good about this. Now let's talk about, so this did turn out to be a pick-a-pile reading. Thought it was gonna be a vibe check, but it's a pick-a-pile. So for y'all that were drawn to the faith path here, this is just sort of steady, beautiful progress. We already know, it's like we already have a lot of things established and figured out. Like, it's very direct. You know, we have the direct gaze of these two people towards each other. We have, this is, I don't know, the expression on his face is less direct and more like glazed over, but he is looking forward. And of course, this is very direct. This is about attention, I think. Wherever you choose to direct your energy, whatever you pay attention to is going to grow right now. And something I really like about this particular song and why I included it in this deck is it's a spell. It's going to be a fine night tonight. It's going to be a fine day tomorrow. This is about, it's that, like, you know, directing your destiny, you know? You are in charge of your destiny. Abundance is going to come to you because you're, I almost want to say driven and ambitious, but I know a lot of you don't identify yourself that way, especially if you are a pothead. You maybe don't think of yourself as driven and ambitious, but you've got, yeah, it's just, there is a directness about you. Like, maybe you're one of those people that just, like, tells it like it is, not in a cruel way, but yeah, I just want you to pay attention to what you're focused on. Pay attention to what you're paying attention to. Because wherever you direct your attention, it's going to go well for you. You're going to have that abundance. You're going to have the Lakshmi King of Pentacles vibes. And we are about, probably, I mean, I'm recording this still in Gemini season, but by the time I post this publicly, it's probably going to be already Cancer season. And so, or close to it. We're on the precipice of Cancer season. Either way, if you see this in real time, we either just started it or we're about to go into it. So that's the beginning of the summer. And this is your time. Right now is your time. Not only is this a mantra for like, you know, I'm going to have a good day, goddammit, because I say I am. Not only is it that, but this is also about now. This is the present. And I mean, this reading is for different people, obviously, but I think you are a person that is not necessarily the best at being in the moment. But right now is going to be a good opportunity for you to be here. And you don't have to spend money to get money. You're getting it. It's coming. And you don't have to buy a single thing to set up your future right now. This is not... When I talk about like what you're paying attention to, it doesn't require you to feed coins into the machine, you know? This isn't a vending machine where you feed in coins and you get something back. It's almost like it's all going to come easy to you. It's about your attention. So if you're in a place right now where you think you're spending too much of your time and attention on the wrong things, this is just a reminder to pivot. Because whoever you put your energy into, it's going to come back to you. Whatever, like, career stuff you put your energy into, it's going to come back to you. Whatever, like, new ideas of things you want to share with the world, talents of yours that you want to share with the world, like, you're in the chariot. You're in a comfortable, like, think about this guy. He's in a comfortable space, right? He's being pulled along. He's got these great, like, star curtains. He's got his all of his bling on. You know, he's comfortable. And I think it's not like necessarily, I mean, it is that good things are coming to you, but there's also an element of you're already in a great place. And where you're going is also going to be great, as long as you are pointing yourself in that direction. So it's almost like things are already set in motion and you just need to point yourself in the direction of it, you know, and have that faith that it's going to happen for you, because it is. The abundance is coming. Even if you sit back in the chariot you're already in and smoke a blunt on the way there, like, you're still getting there. It's a fine day. People open windows. They leave their houses just for a short while. They walk on the grass. They look at the sky. I mean, this is even like the lyrics of somebody that's stoned. Like, I'm just saying that because of this marijuana card, but like, it's almost like something is effortless about where you are right now. Something is effortless about it. You do need to make sure you're pointed in the right direction, but once you point yourself there, it's gonna go. So if you have like a project that you're about to start and you've done most of the planning already, you just have to hit record. You just have to hit publish. I don't know. Whatever it is. It's like all you have to do is start it. All you have to do is get in the car and turn the ignition, and you're going to be going. It's not going to be, like, you've been through a lot harder shit than what this is. And you've already done, I'm getting the vibe that you've already done a lot of the planning. And this could even be kind of the past right here. Like, maybe you've been saving for a long time. This could even be a vacation. This could be a vacation. Maybe it's not even like goal oriented. For some of you, this is a vacation. Like, you've been saving, you've been planning, and you're gonna go with your honey, and y'all are gonna spend lots of money, and you're gonna relax and have a good time and live in the moment. That reading was significantly shorter. I don't know. I don't really have any advice for you guys other than pay attention to what you're paying attention to. Because what you're paying attention to, what you're putting your energy towards, it's going to go well. So if you're on the precipice of like, should I do this thing that you've been planning, whether it be a vacation, just asking someone out on a date, or going for a job, or starting a YouTube channel, I don't know, whatever it is that like you want to do, and it's like you've done work towards this goal already. So it's not like you're starting from total scratch here. Whatever you've been waiting to begin it. It's time. Now is the time. Okay. And I'm picking a Kali card for you now. There it is. It's on the floor. We're going to have to get it. No, this is someone, again, look at that direct gaze. And she's got her bow and arrow. Kali Kalmasa Nasini. It is time to free yourself from what has been. Learn from it, but not allow it to define you or direct the course of your life. Give up your stories about the past. You have outgrown them. Kali consumes mistakes, sins, and negativities. Let her free you now so you can be open to the gift of your life unfolding. There you go. The gift of your life unfolding, like it's happening. You are doing it. So for some of you, not all of you, but some of you, you've been saving for so long that you're afraid to let go of some of those monies to actually go on that trip or move into that new house or whatever it is that like you're on the precipice of doing something and you're afraid of spending the money. You can do it. For those of you that like are in the sort of negative aspects of Four of Pentacles, where you're just like hoarding your money, you don't need to do that. The abundance is still here. And there's no need to have it if you're not enjoying it. And I'm very much speaking as someone that doesn't know this life, but I know there are a lot of people out there that have a lot of money saved and they're afraid to spend it. Not all of it needs to be saved for some future goal. Like, some of it needs to be enjoyed now. And perhaps in your case, if you are a person that's kind of tends to feel like you can't spend your money and you do have a lot of it, like I'm specifically thinking of someone in my own life that, she's an acquaintance actually. Like I don't know her super well, but I know that she has a lot of money hoarded. Like she's been working full time for a long time, living at home with her parents, and putting that money away. And she doesn't go do things for herself. She doesn't spend her money. And this is a circumstance of like somebody that has so much but isn't using it. So if that applies to you, then use some of it, you know? Because this is very much whatever you put your energy into right now, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. And even if maybe you're on the precipice of really investing in something, like maybe you're about to buy a house and you're fucking nervous. Like, I'm seeing just like all green lights here, as long as you, and I think you already know what you want. Again, you just have to point yourself in the direction. And I feel like I'm just going to say that over and over, so I'll just stop here. Yeah, this is cool. I like it. This has been a fun foray back into, maybe I'll call this a pick a path reading. I don't know. Obviously you can see the title, but yeah, this was fun. So thank you for letting me do it.